Welcome everyone to our special segment. We are at the Women's Cultural and Social Society, where we shed the light on the role of women in the election. We will be meeting women who worked really hard on building themselves. So stay tuned, dear viewer. We will be right back. Women's Cultural and Social Society collaborates with prominent NGOs that works hand in hand with this specific project. In addition, ورقتي also collaborates with international organizations such as the UN. It's actually an adaptation to a specific project that is part of the United Nations.
This project is about empowering women through the awareness of her rights and legal laws.
First of all, Kuwait is a democratic country. We are one of the, I'm not saying we're one of the most developed, yet we have a very good experience when it comes to democracy. If I were to speak about women empowerment, first of all, we need to change our education. Basically, we need to change that in education. Our educational system should involve the role of women in democracy. What is democracy? How do the three powers, which is the governmental, legislative, and judicial, work between one another? I believe that we do have a subject called Constitution. It's actually taught in government schools, but I don't think it actually emphasizes or explains the role of the voting system. How does the system work? What is the importance of the cabinet, or how is an MP elected? So if we were to teach them about these things from a younger age, then we will be able to establish or enact this culture from a younger age. Therefore, you will have more women empowerment and more youth involvement throughout the basically elections.
So this specific project and other projects work with different NGOs in Kuwait, and as well as international organizations. The Women's Cultural and Social Society specifically works with different international organizations such as the World Bank and the United Nations. So this specific collaboration is not exclusive to ورقتي, but also other projects.
We had some, you can say, movements towards bringing the awareness of women to vote and to be active towards their rights. And we have some collaboration with the legal committee within the parliament, that we have sent a kind of a suggestion that they need to introduce the quota into the Parliament of Kuwait to give the women the rights to vote and to give them a better chance to have some seats, because as you well know, the representation of women at the Parliament is very small compared to their their numbers as voters. So we would like to improve that.
Women throughout the history of Kuwait played a major role in developing Kuwait. First of all, whether if it's the pre-oil era and pearl fishing, or in the earlier stages of democracy in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. First of all, women consist half of the population. Second, women empowerment is very much important in having them involved, whether if it's the economic empowerment, if it's in the voting empowerment, and to show Kuwait to the international community that we are a developed country. Because women were educated throughout the stages, and therefore they need to be an active member. They're half of society, therefore you can't empower one society without enabling the other half.
Women in general, when they want to elect a candidate, they have to look at their agenda. It's very important to look at their vision and their implementation or action plan. In addition, how they align their agenda into Kuwait 2035. If their agenda doesn't align, this means that this could take a different route to the candidate.
The Women's Society, they are very active into the Instagram. They have, whenever there is some, let's say, any subject that been introduced or being talked about in relation to women's rights, the society always had their own post, as well as we are active into the, we have cyber meetings to talk about very important subjects. Like once there was a suggestion to control the women's, let's say, outer look when they go to vote or to participate in the election. So we've done some cyber meeting to try to bring awareness to the acceptance of this suggestion.
Since women got their voting rights in 2005 and men have a prior experience to that, I think we should have more training by the government. For example, if the government could actually support the women who actually could elect themselves by, for example, providing them with free halls in terms of logistics, training them how to make a speech, how to do a campaign, especially with the Ministry of Social Affairs. They seem to be very much involved heavily in this role. Also, we have the Council of Family, Women and Children. Therefore, they are mainly responsible. They could act with NGOs. For example, if you can actually train them with the basics, how to do a speech, how to lobby, teach them more about our democratic system, how is it working, what is the constitution, and why is it important. And the most important thing is to actually help them create a better environment.
We have working on the domestic violence, and I wouldn't say we accomplish a lot single-handed. Of course not. It's a collaboration of lots of organizations in Kuwait. That now there is a law for protecting women against domestic violence, as well as there is now 2 shelters for women who are victims of domestic violence. So we are proud of all of those accomplishments that we had participated somehow, bringing awareness about the domestic violence.
I urge women to take part into the election because it's highly important. We want to elect candidates who are very supportive to women's empowerment, as well as Vision 2035.
The road is very long, but be hopeful. We can do it, and thank you very much. Mubarak alaikum shahr. Happy Ramadan.
So we have seen that every citizen in Kuwait, whether man or woman, has a big role in the election and in the community. And not to forget that supporting each other is what makes us successful. On that note, that's the end of this segment.